The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of salt and secrets. A lone figure stood beneath the looming presence of the Brooklyn Bridge. His name was Jack, a private investigator haunted by a past he couldn't outrun. He clutched a crumpled note in his hand, the ink blurred, the words ominous. The clock ticks, find the truth. Jack had received the note just hours earlier, an anonymous plea for help that resonated with a chilling familiarity. Years ago, his father, a respected journalist, had received a similar message, one that led him down a rabbit hole of conspiracy and ultimately to his demise. The note had been the only clue, a cryptic message signed The Clockmaker. Jack stared at the cryptic message, his gut twisting with a potent mix of fear and adrenaline. This wasn't just a case, it was a ghost from his past, a chance to The address on the note led him to a dilapidated brownstone in Brooklyn Heights, its once grand facade now scarred with neglect. The air hung heavy with the musty odor of decay, the silence broken only by the distant wail of a siren. This house held memories, his father's investigation, his own childhood visits. Now it whispered a new story, one laced with danger. Stepping over a threshold of crumbling stone, Jack entered a cavern. Gnawing sense of dread. He reached the end of the hallway, his eyes drawn to an ornate grandfather clock, its pendulum frozen in time, the clockmaker's mark. The air seemed to crackle with an unseen energy, and Jack knew he was on the right track, or perhaps deeper in the lion's den. There was no turning back now. The house was a labyrinth of darkened rooms and winding corridors. He moved through them like a phantom, each creaking step a whisper in the suffocating silence. The musty air was thick with secrets, the silence broken only by the rustling of unseen creatures in the walls. The house felt alive, watching him, judging his every move. In a dusty study, he found his father's journal hidden beneath a floorboard, its leather cover cracked and faded. The pages contained a jumbled collection of notes, sketches, and cryptic entries, all seemingly related to a local legend, a hidden clockmaker who possessed the ability to manipulate time itself. The words were like pieces of a shattered mirror, reflecting a terrifying truth. As Jack delved deeper into the journal, he began to piece together his father's final investigation. The clockmaker wasn't just a local legend, he was a powerful and elusive figure rumored to be involved in a secret society that spanned generations. The society's goal to control time itself. The journal spoke of a cipher, a key to unlocking the clockmaker's secrets. Days blurred into nights as Jack tirelessly pored over the cryptic symbols and equations that filled the journal's pages. Frustration gnawed at him, but he pushed on, driven by a burning desire to unravel the truth that had eluded his father. The clock was ticking, and he could almost hear it, a faint metallic groan echoing in the back of his mind. He found himself drawn back to the grandfather clock in the hallway, its intricate carvings seeming to mock him with their hidden meanings. The clock was more than just a timepiece. It was a puzzle box, a repository for the clockmaker's secrets. Jack spent hours studying the clock, his fingers tracing the patterns on its surface, searching for a way in. Finally, after days of tireless effort, he stumbled upon a breakthrough. A particular sequence of symbols in his father's journal aligned with the Roman numerals on the clock face. It was a long shot, but with a deep breath, Jack reached out and rotated the minute hand of the clock, stopping at each corresponding numeral. As the final click resonated through the silent house, a hidden panel in the clock face slid open, revealing a small, velvet-lined compartment. Inside lay a tarnished silver key. The key unlocked a hidden room within the brownstone, a secret workshop untouched by time. Inside, amidst a chaotic jumble of gears, springs, and half-assembled clockwork contraptions, Jack discovered more clues, blueprints, maps, and coded messages, all pointing towards a network of individuals connected to the clockmaker. Each lead he followed, however, led to a dead end, a carefully staged manipulation designed to throw him off the scent. He found himself chasing ghosts through the labyrinthine streets of New York, each encounter a carefully orchestrated charade. A mysterious antiquarian with an encyclopedic knowledge of timepieces provided him with false information, leading him on a wild goose chase across the city. A shadowy figure, always lurking just out of sight, seemed to be one step ahead, erasing any trace of the clockmaker's true whereabouts. The deeper he delved, the more he realized the extent of the conspiracy. The clockmaker wasn't just a solitary figure, he was the head of a vast and powerful organization, its tendrils reaching into the highest echelons of society. The truth was more terrifying than he could have imagined. He was up against a force that operated outside the bounds of time and reason, a force that could manipulate the very fabric of reality.